Hello party people, it is time to read this book and give you my thoughts on it. This book is almost 500 pages long, so instead of doing the normal fill you in halfway through, I'm going to fill you in about every 50 to 100 pages based on what's going on in this book and my thoughts. It is rather long, so I'll probably be putting in some annotating like tabs. And I wanted to show you this book. I don't know, I haven't seen the actual like book without the dust jacket yet. It's just it's black, but the inside of this book is freaking gorgeous. Like the maps, that map is really pretty. And then when you flip to this page, that's really pretty too. So the graphics in here are gorgeous. I'm really liking that. I'm a sucker for a good map, especially when it's a fantasy story, and I'm a more visual person than anything when it comes to this kind of stuff. You also should probably know, like if you don't know, I have a hard time with fantasy sometimes. Some fantasy romances are like 5-star all the way, and some are just like way over my head and I have no idea what's going on. We'll see. I've heard that this is easy to read. There's a lot to it. I know there's some dragons. I know that she's training for like dragon things, but I don't know really anything else about it. I just know that it's a brutal world. And is she in college? Okay, she's in college. But I also have this thing too, trying out a new hobby while I read this book, because I have the audiobook for this too. So this is diamond painting, and it's also very appropriate to my channel and to me personally. I'm gonna put it on my bookshelf, but it has books. It's got a little plant. So this one I got off of Etsy. It also came with a frame, but I've never tried diamond painting before, and I have seen it around. It looks very calming. It looks very easy to do. Those are the kind of hobbies that I like to have. I have tried painting, which I like to paint, but I'm not a very good painter. If you tell me to paint something, it probably will not come out how it is. I'm more abstract than anything, but ooh, it's so fun. Here's all the little diamond things. It came with, okay. And oh, it did come with one of those things. So it came with one of those little pins that you just like pick up and you put it on the thing. And it came with a little tray. Awesome. It came with everything. It came with more little baggies too. So you have everything in this. This was $22. If you are interested, I'll list it in the description box down below. But I just thought this was so freaking cute. And of course it comes with a white frame, so I'll be able to frame it and then put it on my bookshelf somewhere, because I like all my pretties on my bookshelf. But yes, this is what we're doing in this video. This is the weekend. Well, it's Friday right now. After I get done with my work day, I am going to start reading this with my eyeballs first to see if I can get into it with my eyes. But if I can't, then I'll switch over to the audiobook and let's have some fun. I'll let you know how I feel about everything. And oh, it comes with directions too. Okay, I need directions because sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. But this is a very long intro. We are reading this and I'm giving you my thoughts on it as we go. I'm gonna either hurt some people's feelings or people are gonna be like, woo, same here, you know? But we will see. We'll see how this goes. It has a very, very high rating on Goodreads. I am hyper and I need to stop. I'll fill you in about 50 pages in, okay? So I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't read any of this book since our last check-in. But I am going to DC for a business trip, so I figured I would take this book on the flight. This would be my flight and hotel book. And I'm also gonna take my diamond painting that I haven't started yet either. And these are going to be my activities while I'm on my business trip to DC. So you're going to come to DC with me. And I know that wasn't like a part of this whole thing, but it's turning into it, because you're going to come to DC with me. And we're going to read this book together, since it's been almost a week since I last updated you. But right now I'm about to start packing and getting ready because I leave in the morning or afternoon. Leave in the afternoon, and this is going to be my travel book. So of course I'll film myself on the plane and you'll get to see the plane, and you'll probably get to see it right now. So, back from a business trip. We got back last night. Did not fill you in, but I did not do any of my diamond painting, and I didn't read as much as I wanted to because days of the business trip were a lot more involved than I thought they were going to be. So it did not go as planned. I haven't even started on the diamond painting yet, but it will happen because it is almost Friday, and I'm almost halfway through Fourth Wing. It took me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little bit to get in this book because sometimes, 90% of the time, a fantasy book like this is gonna take me a while to get into if I don't just like DNF it right off the bat, because world building is not my thing. I don't really care about world building all that much. I know that in this book it is important to understand the reasoning why everyone is in their ranks and why the dragons do what they do, which I found very fascinating. I really did enjoy the dragon parts of this book so far. I enjoyed the internal monologue between Violet and her dragon because, you know, it's about getting dragons. Will this Pringle can be tall enough so that I don't have to... Okay, it's almost tall enough. I'll get down like this because my arm... Yeah. But I have enjoyed this so far, for the most part. Like I said, it took me a little bit to get into it. So we have Violet, and her mother is the commander, and her mom is basically forcing her to go into dragon, like the fleet for dragon fighting. And she was supposed to be a scribe. She's not at all, she doesn't feel qualified to be in the squad for dragon fighting at all, and she is highly intelligent. Her older sister Mira is in this, or is in the dragon fighting thing, and her older brother Brennan was too, and we find out some stuff about Brennan. We also don't really get a lot of Mira, but we do know that Mira and Violet's mother do not get along all that well. Violet doesn't even get along with her mother all that well. Her mother is very straight to the point, like, I'm a commander. My word goes, your word does not. I don't care what you want. This is what I want you to do. So Violet has to go through some trials before she can even get a dragon. And the dragons pick their rider. The riders do not pick the dragons. So the dragon that Violet was chosen by, it was a very big surprise to everyone because Violet, like I said, she's not your typical dragon rider, and she's not in shape. She doesn't really want to do it, but she does something and it catches the eye of the dragon that has chosen her, and that's where we are right now. There is a love triangle going on at the moment. Sometimes I don't really like love triangles, but this one isn't as bad because Violet, one of the guys, there's Dane and Xaden. Dane is Violet's friend from childhood, and Xaden is a 4th year in the 4th wing, and he is like top dog. Everybody's scared of him. He doesn't like anyone, and he's just he's domineering, and he's just him. You have that whole dynamic going on right now. Dane is under Xaden. Dane doesn't really like Xaden, but Xaden and Violet have to deal with each other now because of something that happened, and you know, there's just love triangle things happening, okay? Love triangle things happening. I don't really know how to explain this without giving any spoilers away, because I don't want to in this. I know that I kind of have to go into some spoilers because I'm going to be checking in with you randomly, but I just wanted to let you know that I am now enjoying it. It took me about 150 pages to get into it, but now that Violet has her dragon, and now I understand I kind of understand the world a little bit better. It's interesting to me. And something has happened to Violet that's never happened before when her dragon chooses her. So there's like a lot of political talk in here too. So sometimes political talk goes straight over my head, but it's more focused on Violet and her dragon, which I really like. I wonder how many times I'm gonna say dragon in this video. But there is a purpose for the gold dragon and the black dragon, and it was a really cool experience to get to see. And I thought that it was very humbling, and I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad that it happened, because it's giving Violet a little bit more confidence that I know that she has in her, but she didn't know that she had in her. And now everyone's treating her differently because of the dragon that chose her. So it kind of has that whole school, dark academia, and it does have some dark things that happen in here because people die left and right and nobody cares that they die. It's just something that happens in this whole trial thing. So yeah, and all the dragons just sound really cool, and they sound really beautiful, and it makes me think of like Game of Thrones and House of Dragon a little bit, and it's interesting. So that's my check-in, 6 minutes in, but just letting you know, 200 pages in, and I'm going to continue it over the weekend. And when I start my diamond painting, I will show you that I have started it, and probably do a little montage or sped up thing, whatever it's called. I don't really know what it's called. Do you know what it's called? Let me know in the comments what it's called. Anyways, gonna go read this, and I will fill you in. I will probably check in with you if something crazy happens, or about 300 pages in. Cool talk. This book is a very slow burn, but now the burning is happening, and I'm very excited about it, even though they only just like kissed. Violet and Xaden have only kissed, but they are attracted to each other. Xaden's like helping Violet train because no one else is doing her any justice, so he's gonna do it. He's gonna take over everything. One, because people keep trying to kill Violet because of what happened with the dragons, and two, I think he's more attracted to her than he thinks he is. And he's like the best fighter, and he's like all of these different things. We still got the love triangle between Dane, Violet, and Xaden going on. Whatever. But this is a slow burn. I would say it's enemies to lovers. They don't want to be tied together, but they are because of something that happened with the dragons. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything for you if you haven't read this yet. I believe everyone in the world has read this except me. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the pace of it now. It's ramping up a little bit. Violet is finally getting to see her sister Mira, so I was excited to see that. And it's continuing on with the brutality. It's dark. People in this world don't care if other people die. There's really no like hesitation. Okay, somebody died, we're gonna bring somebody else in their place. And I'm excited to see Violet's powers start ramping up. We've seen a little bit of them. She's having some trouble, you know, whatever, but not hating it, enjoying it. Stayed up way too late last night reading it because I wanted to get to the 300 page mark, and I am at 334. So I read over a little bit my goal last night, but it was actually pretty decent. and I can say that I am enjoying this book. I'm going to start on my diamond painting tonight, so next clip will probably be that, and I'm going to listen to this some more, continue reading, and then I'll probably fill you in when I hit about 400 pages if there's anything to update you on. As of right now, I can't really go into much detail because I don't want to put any spoilers in here, unless there's just something that happens and I'm like, holy crap, I have to tell you, and I have to tell you my thoughts. So otherwise, it's pretty good. Okay, maybe I'll fill you in at like 406. These chapters are really long, by the way. Glad I have the audiobook, because otherwise I probably would not have continued, because the chapters are very, very long. But there's my update. Enjoying it. Continue listening to it. Gonna do my diamond painting. I'm gonna finish that sucker, and I will bring you along with me while I do it. So I got to page 406 like I told you that I would do, and I stopped. Xaden and Violet finally smashed. So there's that. Violet finally got her powers. So there's that. So this book is reminding me some of... Okay, so it has trials. There's magic. There's dragons. It's kind of looking like a grown-up Harry Potter, like a more spicy Harry Potter book to me. That's just the kind of vibe that I am getting. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's just the kind of vibe that I'm getting as of right now. There's, like I said, there's magic, there's school, there's trials, there's some lovin's in here, but it's a lot more steamy. So if you like, I think if you liked Harry Potter, or if you like, people are comparing it to like Divergent and possibly the Hunger Games and all those things, a utopian world, or not a utopian world, a dystopian world, you know. I think you would enjoy this book. If you like angst and steam and a little bit of a slow burn, enemies to lovers type romance, I think you would like this book too. Is this book going to be a 5 stars? That is the question. That is the question, because as of right now, it is not a 5-star for me. Okay, it's not a 5-star for me. It's just not. Is it a good book? Yes, it's a good book. But is it my favorite? No. As of right now, no. If something happens in the last 100 pages or so, and I'm just like blown out of my socks, then maybe it can be a 5 stars. But as of right now, it's looking like a 4 for me. And I know people are probably going to get very mad at me about that. But it's okay. You can get mad. As long as you're not rude. It's fine. You can get mad at me all you want. Just don't be rude. Anyways, that's my update for right now. Because I can't go into spoilers, you know? I can't. We knew that Violet and Zayden were going to get together eventually. They did. We knew that Violet was going to get her powers eventually. She did. Her powers are pretty freaking cool, though. Like, I was not expecting her power to be like that, but her power's pretty freaking cool. And I'm still enjoying, like, the dynamic between her and her dragon. Taryn, is that his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I know it starts with a T. And it kind of sounds like Aaron. Taryn. Anyways, I like their dynamic. But yeah. I stopped at where I told you I was going to last night. And I'm probably going to end up finishing this today. My husband and my baby are outside playing basketball at the moment, so I'm going to sit outside on the front porch and enjoy the beautiful day. Sorry my hair looks like this. And then later on, we're going to my dad's retirement party. So, I will hopefully finish this sometime today, and I'm going to finish my diamond painting. I really enjoyed my diamond painting last night. I didn't get all the way through with it. I'll show you that later too. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Like, the diamond painting is very fun. And that's weird because I usually don't like when I usually don't like just not monotonous. What the heck is the word? Anyways, I usually don't like things that I just have to like sit there and, you know, do things over and over and over again. It kind of loses my attention, but this one kind of, it keeps my attention because it actually is sparkly. Hold on, let me go get it. So here it is right here. You can kind of tell that I put the little dots on, or not dots, they're like half sequin, I don't know what they are. But I did the hard part last night, I got all the white ones on, so today I'm going to fill in the middle part. And yes, it was actually very fun. I enjoyed that part. Now I'm just trying to keep my child's hands off of it because he's like, what is that? And he's trying to like steal everything, so we're trying to not do that. But yep, gonna keep reading, and I'm gonna work on this again later. Not right now, but later. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Cool. I'm out here. I'm hiding behind a bush. Like, you can't see me. But there's the hubs. He's playing basketball. My child's over there behind the car. But I wanted to prove to you that I'm actually outside. Doesn't happen a lot, okay? I don't come outside very much, but I'm gonna read, so. Sorry for the horrible lighting, but I'm in my bedroom. And I'm gonna finish reading this book. I am got about 30 pages left, and a battle's going on, and it's very intense right now, and someone just died. And it's kind of actually sad too, because it was one of Violet's like friends and stuff. And it's very intense, and there's a lot of dragons going on, and there's a lot of enemies happening, and it's a lot. So I'm gonna finish this and continue on with my diamond painting. And when I finish this, I'll probably fill you in the morning, because I have another audiobook that I am wanting to start tonight after I finish this book. And I want to finish my diamond painting tonight as well. So I'll probably fill you in the morning and tell you how I feel about this. As of right now, still probably going to be a 4-star. Just saying. But just want to let you know. What was that ending? It just like was going, and then it abruptly ended like that with what it was talking about. I can't even talk right now. I'm here to close out this reading vlog because I ended up finishing this massive book. I am very glad that I had the audiobook to this throughout my entire journey, because if I would have had to read this with my eyeballs, I probably would have DNF'd it after the 150 page mark, because it was a lot of info dump in the 150 page mark. Or 150 pages, first 150 pages, if I can speak. So we're following Violet. She is being forced to to go into like the dragon riding, what's it called? Quadrant. And she was supposed to be a scribe. So she doesn't have any kind of training. She doesn't really know what she's doing when it comes to dragon riding or anything like that. Her sister Mira is an affluent dragon rider, and her mother is also a commander, which is why she is having, like Violet is having to go into the dragon riding quadrant when she wanted to be a scribe, because her mom says that their family only are dragon riders. Okay, so she gets into her training, and then you have to go through a bunch of trials. There's Dane, who is her guy best friend growing up, like known him all of his life. His dad is also a commander. No, not a commander. His dad is also like a higher up person in the command. And then we also have this guy named Zayden, who is a higher up. He's a 4th year, and he is I don't really know what he is, honestly. I just know that he is a leader and everyone listens to him, and he is scary, quote unquote scary. Everyone is terrified of him. He has these like dark powers and all that kind of stuff, and everybody's just like, why, let's stay away from him because he's no good, you know, he's the bad boy. Whereas Dane is the good guy. But he's really not the good guy, because Dane is a twat. I did not like Dane from the very beginning. Zayden took me a little bit to get into him, but after a while, and after finding out his past and stuff like that, I was like, okay, so you're just a big teddy bear, like a big scary teddy bear. him and Violet have this hate to love thing going on, kind of more like enemies to lovers, hate to love, friends to love, you know, that kind of thing. But I really enjoyed all the side characters in here. I liked all the trials. I liked Violet getting to finally get her dragon. I liked their relationship that they had, like her and her dragon had. I enjoyed the battle scenes. But this book is too freaking long. Like, all of the info dump at the very beginning, I don't understand why it was so info dumpy at the beginning, because I feel like it could have been weaved into the story a lot better than we got. And it took a while for the romance to happen. I wouldn't say it's a slow burn, but it happens, and then they're just like, I love you so much, like all-encompassing love and everything like that. And it was just a little too fast for me in that way. They're both young. They're 20 and 23. And I don't know. I don't know. Like, I enjoyed it for the most part. But there was just some parts where I was like, can we get it going? Like, can we, come on, can we get it going? Because there's just a lot going on in here. And I understand why so many people love this book. Like, if you were a fantasy lover and you love romance, that's why this book has the high rating that it has. It has like a 4.77 or something like that on Goodreads, with over 500,000 people that have read it. So obviously I am not the right person to say anything about this book, because I typically don't go for these type of stories. But I had to read it because, you know, it has dragons in it, and I like dragons. People are saying that this is a lot of... People are saying that this reminds them a lot of Divergent, which I never really got into. I didn't even watch the movies. I never read it. Wasn't my thing. Never has been my thing. So if you like Divergent, go into this. I know I said it kind of reminded me of Harry Potter a little bit, but that's just because that's like the only thing that I know of that is like magic based like that. Yeah. So I was gonna give it a 4-star, but I think I'm gonna drop it down to a 3.75. Yes, I'm being nitpicky, because I am nitpicky when it comes to my books. I expected to pay $30 for a book like this. I expect it to blow my freaking mind, and it did not blow my mind. It was good / alright. Good / alright. It's not a bad book by any means. The ending really made me mad because it just abruptly stopped, and I was like, what the f is that? Like, what was that? And then it just quit, and I was like, well, alright, shit. Like, okay, sorry, excuse my language, but that's what I did. I was like, okay, that's how it's gonna be. I am used to abrupt endings, but not like that. That was just like a... Yeah, I don't know. Am I gonna read the second book? Maybe, if the time comes and I get the book, but I'm not paying for it again. There's that. I'm not gonna pay for it again because this is a lot of money. I am gonna hand this off to my friend because she wants to read it. And that's that. That's that. I will show you. I did finish my diamond painting. Turned out like this. It's very pretty. It's very sparkly. I finished it last night at like 12 in the morning, but it is so pretty. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it so much that I asked for more diamond painting stuff for Christmas, so that's a big thing. But yeah, that is this vlog. Hopefully I did not make anyone mad in this vlog. Hopefully you will understand my position in this, because I know that so many people love this, which I completely understand. If you are a fantasy romance lover, you go for it, dude. But it's just way too long, and it was okay. It was good, alright, okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's all I have for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this book, and if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let's just have a chit chat. Be nice, but we'll have a chit chat, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.